going, you guys?
Yay!
Just yay!
We're doing good. How are you?
Awesome! Man, I'm so excited that you guys are finally taking stage after like an absence of, man,
2
a
years.
very, very long time. Yeah.
2 years. Yeah. The last time that we performed was a fundraiser for St. Thomas's College, which was in February 2019, if I'm not mistaken, and the pandemic hit a short time after that. 2 years, we've not been idle. We've been busy. We've been working on and releasing new music, and making sure that some of our early albums, Hollow Dreams and Silent Cure Serpentine, the first two are on all the streaming platforms and such. And we've been busy working on the fifth album, but now it felt time to come out of our caves and finally organize a concert.
Out of the caves. Out of the closet.
Yeah, so I said we're out of the caves. Tenny's saying he's out of the closet. I don't know how this is gonna bode well.
Like Tom Cruise.
There's a couch, you can jump. So, man, tell us about this gig. Firstly, what's with the name, you dudes?
Well, for one thing, Unchained Melody is one of the most popular ballads throughout history, right? From the Righteous Brothers and Elvis, and didn't Air Supply cover it also? I think they did as well. Queen have covered it through. Basically, tons of bands have covered it. It's a beautiful song. It's got beautiful melodies and beautiful lyrics. But if you look at the title, Unchained Melody, I think what we're just in a nutshell trying to say is that it's been such a long time and we're so excited to be on stage. It's time for the shackles and the manacles and the chains to come loose and for us to just get together and have a fucking good time.
Since it's been such a long time, what's changed in the band?
Do you mean in terms of like our hairstyles and the way we look?
Oh, as people?
Well, there's all that and more.
Do you mean just in this 2 years, this
Yeah.
hiatus? I would say that we've grown as musicians, grown as songwriters, as human beings. We've learned to appreciate, I think, performing and hanging out with each other and playing music and writing music more than ever. So that's one good thing that the pandemic did. It really made us miss the stage and miss getting to play for audiences and sharing in that energy and just that live craziness, right? This is the longest time I think any of us have been without performing or playing on a stage, especially for Tenny and me. It's been a very long time.
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
longest.
the longest. The last, not since we were 15, which was when the dinosaurs roamed the earth. So not since we were 15 or 16 have we not played or not performed on some form of stage or not toured or not played festivals or gigs or club shows or pub shows. So in a way, it's given us a lot of time to reflect. It's given us perspective once again, and we've fallen in love with this all over again. Not that we ever lost track or lost focus or the passion for this, but let's just say that it's kind of rejuvenated and it's renewed now, and we are very excited to be back on a stage. Let me add also to that if this didn't happen after 2 years, I was willing to become a stripper, to do whatever it takes to be on a stage again. Because no rock and roll shows and metal shows, no theater. It was a psychotic time. We just all immersed ourselves in ourselves and work, and of course we would meet and practice once in a way whenever time availed and when we could do it, when there weren't new variants spreading about and disseminating, and when there weren't lockdowns and such. But I want to specify and emphasize that one of the reasons for the last 2 years we did not do anything was primarily because we wanted to ensure and ascertain that all the necessary safety and security measurements were taken before we were able to have a concert. Sure, there are plenty of parties happening, there were events and stuff happening, but we didn't want with just pure reckless abandon to organize a show, because we are also thinking of the people who support us. We have 3 generations of fans. We have people turning up with their kids for shows sometimes. And we had to be cognizant and responsible and accountable as artists. And in Stigmata, we've always cared about and loved the people who've supported us. And like you, Yaz, and all the event partners and people who helped make these shows and keep the scene alive, we didn't want to take any unnecessary risks. So this feels like the right time now.
It is, and man, what sort of mad new beasts are you unleashing on the gig day?
Yeah, a few beasts will be unleashed.
More than true.
So I think
We are not sure whether you mean that metaphorically.
what kind of beasts are you talking
What?
about?
Two signs!
Fantastic beasts.
No, two signs!
Yeah, so we'll be playing a solid non-stop 15 or 16 song set. 2 hours. It's gonna be a 2-hour set. We're gonna have the wonderful legend, which is Sanjeev Niles, opening for us, cameo appearance, and we're glad to have him on board. And after that, we will play some of our favorite songs that people love of our first 4 albums. We'll also be playing new stuff. We'll obviously be playing stuff that we recorded and released during the pandemic. So Alyssa, Sacred Spaces, Throw Glass in a House of Stone, all of that. We are going to be performing a brand new song for the first time at Unchained Melody, and that is a song called Eden Ska. So name drop right now, no one knows. You're the first to get the scoop on that. So that's Eden as in the Garden of Eden, and Ska as in scarring. We'll be playing that. We'll also be playing a couple of cover songs, which are going to be super duper exciting and fun.
Hashtag Tarzan Boy again.
No Tarzan Boy, maybe Tarzan Girl.
But we might look like Tarzan Boy.
We might look like Tarzan Boy or end up looking like Tarzan Girl, depending on how things turn up.
And so, are you not doing pre-sold tickets this time?
Actually, we are. We will have the tickets with us this weekend. So that's a weekend before the show. So for all pre-bookings, make sure that you DM. You can reach out to the band on our official social media, Facebook and Instagram. But you can also DM 0777 28 776 or 0777 300 607. Either one of those numbers, and make your reservations. What we'll do is, when the tickets are out, we'll be sure to get in touch with you, and we will have a couple of pickup points where you can come and make the payment and collect the tickets at your convenience, or we will disclose an account number that you can deposit the respective ticket fee, and you can just come and collect your tickets on the day of the show. Of course, there will be tickets for sale at the event, but since this is a limited capacity show, we're limiting it to just 350 people, because although the COVID regulations have been lifted, we still want to be careful and not blow things out of proportion. You can start reserving your tickets ASAP.
Is there anything else you want to say in closing? Anything to fans about house rules, etc.?
Well, we'll say that the tickets are 1,500 rupees, which is the gig ticket, and it also avails entrance to a very cool rooftop after party which is happening after the show. So make sure you're there for both of that. It's gonna be fun because the rooftop is gonna have a barbecue and beer, and people can have fun listening to music and chatting and hanging out. The gig is gonna be intense, so it's gonna be a 2.5 hour, 3 hour show. It's very integral for Stigmata, as we always have done, to give as much value as possible to the people who support us and to those who attend. So from everything from the sounds and lights, and we're doing some really cool stuff that's never been done before here in Sri Lanka, including a very special backdrop that's going to be an actual giant sized wood carving. It's just going to be a completely explosive show. We're really looking forward to it, and we hope that you guys will join us.
We are gonna make sure the gig is going to be the heaviest gig we played so far. Yeah, apart from that, I guess we are gonna play most of the original stuff. I mean, as you all know, we released a lot of new music, and we are gonna play a very new track as well. So it's going to be pretty pretty fun to experience that firsthand live before we go for the recording of it. So
And it's the first of a string of shows that we're hoping to organize this year. Of course, we'll be accepting select shows that we get from outside, maybe even start touring again by the end of the year. But this is the first of 4 or 5 concerts that we are going to organize, which is gonna be a culmination and a lead up to our 5th album launch, which will happen this year somehow. This is the first gig in 2 years. We are excited, we are stoked, we are nervous. It's all those things. We feel like virgins again. It's awesome.
yeah, and 13 and
Not really sexual virgins, musical virgins. Excited to be on stage again, like really stoked. So
yeah.
it should be a killer time.
And I'm sure you have friends to say hello to.
Yes, we do. We want to give a big shout out to all our official event partners. Decibel, of course, Happening Colombo, Good PR, Wood Carving Dad, Shoutouts, Thai, the one and only for his photography, The Brunch, the Sunday Morning, The Morning, Pulse, and of course Island Pulse. And Tenny and Tisra would like to give a special shout out also.
Yeah, and we would like to shout out to J&S Studios, which we are practicing at the moment.
Best studio on the planet. Glorians Ballroom, where the gig is going to be at. It's going to be an awesome place. We're going to play indoors, and then we're going to have an awesome session upstairs. Come and check it out. So barbecue, awesome metal party upstairs happening after the gig.
Yes,
But come to watch the gig first.
The venue is a fully facilitated, spacious venue. It's fully AC'd. The place has ample parking space. It has a generator that powers the entire building. And we're gonna have theater style seating for families and the people who want to sit and eat and have a drink and enjoy the show. And of course, a proper area for the mosh pit, for those who want to like go crazy, and for those who want to like engage and interact and watch the concert. So it's a pretty fabulous venue, and we want to give a shout out to Glorians, the ballroom, as well as the Sky Lounge rooftop.